One, two, three.
What's up, everybody? This your girl CC with WIB Magazine, and I got my co-host on the line, Mickey Monday. How are you today?
I'm doing well. See, how about yourself?
I'm doing good, and happy Tuesday to you.
Yeah, happy Tuesday.
Yes. Tell us who we have on the line with us today.
So we have our boy Melvin. Melvin is a artist manager. You know, he's also into artist development, and he has a couple of artists under his belt. So, Delvin, can you please kind of just tell us where you're from? Tell us some things that you've been working on with your team, and we'll go from there.
I'm originally from Port Huron, Michigan. I live in Detroit right now.
Okay.
Right now, not really an artist manager. I'm more of a producer. So, I'm working with a few artists right now. I've been doing a lot of R&B and pop, and moving more into the gospel side now.
Awesome. Okay. Well, tell us how you got into it.
I started playing drums at church around like 4. Okay. Then my whole family is a bunch of musicians, so we had to do it. So I grew to love it. Started playing different instruments like piano. Then I met a good friend of mine, Tony Jackson. He's a producer. He's done a lot of stuff with a lot of people. He inspired me to want to be a producer. At 16, that's when I started. Then once I graduated high school, went to Full Sail to get my degree, and now I'm here now.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Definitely. So behind the scenes, what was one of the biggest struggles for you so far?
Say that again.
Behind the scenes, what has been one of your biggest struggles so far?
I guess my biggest struggle is consistency with other people. So like, there's a lot of people that'll say that they want to do a lot of things, or they want to be an artist. So they'll ask me, can you produce me? And then I'll be like, sure. But then they don't give it the effort that it needs to do what it needs to do. So like, I'll give 100% effort, and then they might get maybe like 85 or 70. And that's understandable. Some people just don't have the time to give that type of effort, but that's really it. Just consistency with people.
I gotcha. Yeah, that can be a big challenge, definitely. When you're giving you 100 and somebody's not on the same level as you.
Right. I can't want it more than you do.
Exactly. I gotcha.
Excuse me. So typically what I normally ask guests, if they're in the music industry, for people who are watching the interview and just getting to know you as an artist, what song would you have to recommend out of your catalog where people can get the best feel of your sound? But since you're a producer and I'm pretty sure you've worked with multiple people, what would be a good song to direct people to so they can get to hear you at your most raw, you're at the peak, you know what I'm saying, when you're the most inventive, and yeah, that's my question.
The crazy thing is it's not even out yet. It'll be out this coming year.
Okay.
It'll be out. Those singles, there's like 5 singles coming out that'll be out this year that'll show exactly what I do and how well I do it. It's basically like a coming out party. So I'm definitely looking forward to 2021. That's when everything is going to be taking course.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. I was just about to say, what's the best, the next big thing for you for 2021, but you got 5 of them coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what have you accomplished this far? If you have music that's coming out later this year or next year, what's something that we can kind of highlight or feature in the interview for you?
What I've accomplished this thus far. Well, I just got some music in a movie. That's why everything is kind of on hold with the singles. Most of them are on for the movie. So I'm waiting for the movie to come out. It should be out next year.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think it should be out next year. So that's the biggest thing I've accomplished so far.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you.
And you know, just out of curiosity, because I'm noticing that that there's a couple of artists that you've worked with previously. We had an artist on here before we did an interview with named Kazooie. Have you worked with him at all?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real cool, man. I met him through school. Really talented. Yeah, he's real cool. I love working with him. I hope to work with him some more soon.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I was just kind of putting two and two together. So I'm assuming that the song that you're talking about is the same song that he's on for this movie, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure that was
Yep.
said on here, you know, as a first. But kind of going back into yourself as a producer, what's some of the challenges you face with working with artists? Because you know, some artists tend to have this grandiose like way of collaborating where, you know, they try to make sure that they're being heard the most by being the loudest. So how do you kind of fine tune your way of working, your way of thinking to better be in that same space with other artists?
I mean, working with artists is just about getting to know people. It's really like when you can sit down and have a conversation and it doesn't even have to be about music.
Mm-hmm.
Like that type of relationship, those type of relationships that you build will help you be a better producer for an artist. So if you know them, you won't have any issue with trying to do all those things that you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there are moments like, for example, when I work with artists in the past, you don't really have the time to really sit down and get to know that person wholeheartedly because you're in a studio session, and you know, time is money for a lot of engineers. So
right,
that's what I was trying to see, like how would you kind of get through that mental barrier of like, all right, I'm working with this person, we want to bang this out, you know, and just kind of see where we kind of meet in the middle. Because I'm pretty sure you have a catalog of sounds that you choose from and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I guess in that case, it would be more of like, how can I put it? I guess for me personally, it's easy to tell a person's personality just by how they move and how they talk. Okay. So I can kind of gauge on where I stand in that moment. So for me, like if somebody comes in and they're more outgoing and they're more, you know what I'm saying? Mm. They're more outspoken, I'll kind of lay back and let them say what they have to say and then give them exactly what they want. Because usually more outspoken people know exactly what they want, at least from my experience. Mm-hmm. And then the people that are not as outspoken that you got to kind of like pull, you kind of give them a direction and where to go.
Okay. Nice.
So where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
I see myself in the next 3 to 5 years. I see myself working with everybody that I've wanted to work with, from gospel to pop to R&B to country. Every artist that I've wanted to work with, I see myself working with all of those people. I see myself living in my dream place, my dream home. Hopefully being successful in music enough to move on to other things as well. So that's where I see myself, 3 to 5 years.
Okay. And can you name about maybe 3 of the people that you see yourself working with? I know you say you got a bunch because you got some gospel, you got some R&B,
yeah.
You got, so who are 3 of them people that you would like to collab and work with?
I know, okay, so gospel, I would want to work with Ty Trippett.
Okay.
I would love to work with Pharrell Williams. I would love to work with Katy Perry as well.
Awesome.
Those three.
Those are some good people. Yes, 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 yes.
Just kind of going back to, yourself as an artist. What's something that you've picked up recently in this time? Given the state of the condition that the whole world is in right now with coronavirus and not really being able to, really work closely with artists in a studio together. You know what I mean? What's some things that you've been able to do during this time to kind of fill that space?
I've definitely called more. I started calling more and, checking up on, especially my artists. I've called, checked up on them, make sure they're good, like, mentally.
Okay.
Because through this, I know I've dealt with some things, a lot of things going on in my life. So just making sure they're good mentally, because a lot of people I've at least from what the artists that I've worked with, a lot of them are not trying to even work in this time.
Right.
So just trying to keep that relationship, so when they are ready to get back, then we'll hit it.
Okay.
So what are some qualities that you look for in these artists when you're trying to work with them?
The biggest quality is drive, really.
Okay.
Like that's the biggest quality, because like if you can work harder than me and you push me to be better, then I want to work with you. That's the biggest thing for me.
Okay, all right.
That was well put. Excuse me. So just looking at music as a whole, you know what I'm saying? What's one thing that you would like to, well, you said you work in different genres, but just like I said, just the music industry as a whole, what's one thing that you would like to see change, or something that you would like to influence change in, as far as like, how record labels treat artists, or, some of the procedures that they may do, or some of the things that you notice that just don't sit right with you as an individual?
I think it's really already happening right now. More artists are going indie rather than signing to labels. I believe in that. Don't get me wrong, labels are great, but sometimes labels sign people for clout instead of true talent. And I've seen that multiple times, where they're pretty much, it'll be like they go viral, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they come out with a song because they went viral. Then you find out maybe 2-3 months later, oh, they're signed to whoever now, a major record label like Atlantic or something. And it's like, that doesn't even make sense. They're just viral. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happens when they stop being popular, or they stop going viral? Like, and then there's so many talented people in the world, and it's like you choose somebody that went viral that's not as talented over somebody that you can grow and make a success. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes labels look for the quick money more than the long term.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that's one thing that should change. And I think it's changing. So.
Okay. So I know lately, I've been watching Versus and everything like that, and I see you in gospel. So I know that they did Kirk Franklin and Fred. That was awesome. Fred Hammond. That was awesome. But who are two people you would like to see do the Versus?
That's a good question. I would probably do, in my personal opinion, I think a Dietrich Haddon versus Ty. I think their catalog would match up real nice.
Now Dietrich, my guy there now.
Dietrich is that guy. No, he's that guy. I think their catalog would match up. I think they would.
So how did you feel about Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond?
I thought it was good. I think Kurt is just on another level as far as like Fred Hammond's like one of my favorite artists, but like Kirk is just on another level when it comes to how many hits he's had over time. Like every time he comes out with one, it's like nobody else is gonna win a Grammy. It's only gonna be him. So like for me, it's like, who do you really match up with him? You really can't match anybody with, at least not from this day and age. You can't match anybody with him. I think he's in a class of his own.
I got you. Well, it was really a good versus. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, most definitely.
So are you currently signed to a label, or are you independent? And if
I'm
you
independent.
are, okay,
Yeah.
you say you're independent, okay? Because I was gonna say,
Yes,
if you had a team behind you that kind of help you with making some decisions on, when and how to release your music, and maybe scheduling, like studio time arrangements and things like that. I just wondering to see what kind of team you had behind you, as far as how you move as an artist.
No, I'm independent. So most of the stuff that I do is either my manager brings that to me, or I run into people every day. So I'm walking or I'm at the mall. People will be like, "You look like a producer. Do you produce?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "How do I don't know." I was like, "I don't know how I look like a producer, but okay, yeah, I do produce." Or people in the neighborhood, they'll hear me because I'm mostly downstairs in my basement working. They'll hear me. They'll come over. I mean, any kind of way I can get it. That's how it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to that because you was like, I guess. Wait a minute, you are a producer. You can't be telling nobody. Yes,
No,
I guess. What?
No. I mean, like, I'll say, yeah, I'm a producer, but these be like, I be walking, minding my own business. These would be random people coming up to me, and I'm like, how do I look like a producer? Oh, I mean, okay, I'll take it, but sure, yeah.
But you are. You better be like, yes, I am. How can I help you? You better stand out and put that work in. Talk about
Hey, I
some,
understand.
yeah, I guess. Let somebody come and say, hey, is you a producer? See? Yes, I am. What's up? What you need? How can I help you? Woo!
Right. I don't know. I'm just not used. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people, just random people coming up to me like that. So it's a little different.
I got you. I just said put a little bit of energy in that. Bam.
I feel you. I feel you.
Go ahead, Mickey Monday.
It's all good. So in that same vein, because I'm a rapper. I started rapping first, but I've always had an affinity for music production. So now that's kind of more my focus. But for someone like you who actually went to Full Sail and have actual time behind the fundamentals and music theory and all that, who would you say is some of your influencers as far as music production?
I would say Pharrell for one. It's
Okay.
definitely one of my biggest influences. There's another guy. I don't know if you know who he is, but his name is Max Martin. Very
Okay.
very well. He's a very good producer. He's had his hands on just about every pop hit that you can think of, from Katy Perry to Taylor Swift to Justin Timberlake. Just amazing. So those two for sure are like my favorites.
Okay. Dope.
Okay. Well, I like to ask everybody this when they're on here. What is one fun fact about yourself?
I love going to the movies. Like, if I could go to the movies every day, I would. Like, every day, all day
Okay.
at the movies. Like,
What's
I'm
one of
a
your
big
favorite
movie
movies?
buff. That's a good question. Like, just all time,
Yeah.
I would have to say, if people will be like, why? But Shrek is definitely like one of my favorites.
Oh wow.
To this day, I still think it's hilarious. And like
Wow.
some of the jokes that I didn't get as a kid, I get them now. And it's like, there's so many adult jokes in there that you didn't even see. I still think it's funny. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Wow. So you say you have a project coming out next year, and you've been working with a couple of artists. But if you had the opportunity to work with someone, with a little more notoriety, who could you see yourself working with? Or if you had a couple of people, maybe like your top three, who are the top three you would pick, and why would you pick those people to work with if you had that presented? The opportunity was presented.
I think so there's like this one girl out of Atlanta. Her name is Mulatto. I like her sound, and I've been rocking with her for a minute, so I would love to work with her. Another person would be. That's a good question. That's hard. I never really thought about that. Nayo. Her name is Nayo. I think she's really dope.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her music. I would love to work with her and like just pick her brain about some of the choices that she makes, and like her vocal range is like ridiculous. So I would love to work with her. And then The Weeknd. I would love to work with The Weeknd. I think he's like his vocal texture is so different. Kind of reminds me like Michael Jackson-esque. So I think I would try different things with that, be more creative. And I love the direction he's going into now. So.
Okay. Awesome. Three good people.
That was Kazui's that was his
Picture.
artist too.
Oh, The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That dude.
Yeah.
I love The Weeknd.
That's what's up.
Well, Mickey Monday, do you have any other questions before we go into trivia?
Yeah, just one more question.
Okay.
Throw it at him. Give him something hard. I'm trying to tell you. I need a hard one for him.
I mean, I pretty much threw all the hard ones at him early, but I got this one. Just what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Now that's a really good question. One of my mentors at Full Sail, Leslie Brathwaite, he told me there's no such thing as a plan B, just a revision of a plan A. So I took that to heart. I believe that there's no such thing as a plan B, just a revision. So if sometimes you have to revise your plan A, sometimes it doesn't go the exact way that you want it to go or that you think it's going to go, just revise it, move on, learn from your mistakes, and keep going.
Wow.
Nice.
And there you have it.
Okay.
I like that. I'm gonna take that too. I'm gonna take that one with me. Yes. But we have 2 trivia questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so mine is what was a career or job, or what did you want to be when you was a kid?
Psychiatrist or a lawyer.
And if you was that today, where do you think you would be at right now?
I definitely still be in school. For sure, I would still be in school right now.
Gotcha. Well, those are two good ones there.
Yeah, they said I would be a good lawyer because I like to argue a lot. So I was like, maybe I might, do that. And then I love talking to people and helping people. So I thought maybe I should be a psychiatrist.
Okay. But as a kid, that's what you wanted to be? Woo!
Yeah.
Wow. Usually you hear kids say firefighters, policemen.
No, I'm not. No. I am not. No. I love that, police. I love what policemen do and firefighters that, they risk their lives, but that was not for me. No,
I got you. I was just saying, when we were younger, those were the type of jobs that we picked then.
I feel you.
And then my trivia question is, what's the craziest thing that you have on your bucket list that you want to knock off?
Man, that's a good question. You coming with the good questions today, for real.
Thanks,
I ain't even thought about that.
That's what
He
I'm
always do. He's the hard one on here. I'm the easy one.
One thing on my bucket list. I think it would be skydiving. I think I want to go skydiving for sure.
Okay.
I would love to go skydiving one day. Like if I can get over my fear of like falling, yeah, I'll definitely go skydiving.
Our last interview person said the same thing, and I told him that, you know, I will help you with that fear, and I'll go ahead and push you. I don't have a problem with doing it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't have a problem with helping you, you know, get over that fear, you know, if you want me to. I'm just throwing it out there.
I think that'll make me more traumatized. I would never do it again.
Actually, it will help you to face your fears. I'm just saying it.
I mean, I think you just want to push me out the plane. That's what I think.
I mean, when that adrenaline kick in, you won't even remember that you got pushed out the plane.
Exactly.
Probably not. Probably not.
So you probably give me a hug once it was done. Once you hit the ground, you wouldn't even think about me pushing you no more.
I don't know. We have to see.
I was gonna say, either way, when you in the plane, you got somebody strapped to you, so you can't even make that decision if you wanted to. They would jump before the person even finished counting.
That's true. I never even thought about that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Oh God, man. I definitely want to do it though. Definitely.
For sure.
Well, before we get off, tell everybody where they can follow you.
Man, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Melvin MELVIN 616. Follow me on Instagram. Yep.
Okay. Well, I want to say congrats on your journey. Thanks for interviewing with us today. And, you know, you gained a fan here.
Thank you.
For sure. And then, like Cece said, man, thank you for being a part of this experience. I'm going to definitely check you out because, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't able to really pinpoint, you know, what your sound is like and how, you know, how you piece together instruments. So I'm going to definitely do a little bit more research on your Instagram. Excuse me. Wow. But yeah, man, you have a blessed day. You know what I'm saying? Continue to move forward in your career. And, you know, we wish you the best of luck. Whenever you got something ready you want to release, just let us know. You know, we'll put some work in for you.
Most definitely. And thank you guys for the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem.
Be blessed. Be safe.
You too.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
1, 2, 3.